Yo, yo, yo. We are live. Carolina Blue Podcast. I am the host, Chuddy Blue, of course. And I got my boy DRock with me. My
What's
boy
up? What's up?
De'Aaron. This is
Yes,
my
sir.
brother right here, man. Another lifelong Tar Heel fan. He knows basketball. We're gonna chop it up about the game the other night. So let's talk about it, man. What's good, D-Rock? How you doing, way?
Hey, man, living, man. Still on the high from last night. Uh, we went to the Jumpman Invitational last year, so we know the atmosphere.
Yes,
Uh, just even leading up to the game. Everything going on around the arena, inside the arena, and then of course, you cap it off with the Tar Heels, man, and the dub. So don't get much better than
absolutely,
that.
absolutely. So, so far, we've seen a few games now. What are you taking away from the first little quarter half of the season?
To be honest, man, like I'm just enjoying the ride, man.
Yeah,
Over the last few years, uh, you know, there's been some, as you can say, divide within the fan base, on different players and personnel and things like that. But me personally, man, I just enjoy watching the kids play, man. They are out there giving it their all. You can tell they care, not only about the game of basketball, but they care about each other.
that's a
So from a
fact.
chemistry standpoint, I'm loving it. I'm loving it.
Absolutely,
Guys are out there hype, not only for themselves, but for each other. You have the bench, even when they're not in the game, they're up, they're getting the crowd hype. Uh, you know, like I said, everything about it is it's just great to watch as a fan.
absolutely. Yeah, man. So I would say exactly what you're saying, and I attribute a lot of that to a lot of the energy. It takes the right pieces to win. We all know this. Sometimes the best pieces aren't always the right pieces. You got to have people that fill in roles. You got to have people who are comfortable in their roles and are starring in their roles to win. So I attribute a lot of that to Cormac Ryan and Harrison Ingram coming in. They're fitting into their roles. They're starring into their roles, and they just bringing a lot of energy. Um, on the court. They're always clapping it up. They're always screaming. They're always like shoot. It's like sometimes you see kids out there, and it doesn't seem like they have that pride that you want them to have wearing Carolina uniform. And it seems like the transfers are coming in like, yeah, like this is where I want to play,
Hmm.
and they're putting a lot of pride in their play. So I definitely attribute a lot of that to them. They're playing very well as far as the energy. So
Yeah, yeah, man, for sure. And like you said, just bringing that energy, man. Like they have a. I'm not saying they have a better appreciation. They just have a different perspective. Coming from the programs that they transferred from, and everybody talks about that moment when they first walk into the Dean Dome. You see all those banners and jerseys up in the rafters, and you're like, obviously this is the standard. And so, like you said, for them to just come in, fit right in, pick up and play, Carolina basketball, the right way. It set the tone, helped set the tone for for the rest of the season. And
absolutely,
definitely excited to see more dubs. you
we
know,
need more dubs. We gotta have them. I mean, this is what we're here for. We're here for the dubs, man. And
yeah,
a deep turning run. That's what we need.
absolutely,
So let's
absolutely.
talk about. I mean, so speaking of like going into a deep turning run, um, Carolina has a formula. I mean, the formula's just shaking up a little bit since Hubert's been the coach, um, but we still have a formula. And usually when we're winning, we have a point guard, a wing, and a big man that are starring in their roles. When you're talking about Raymond Felton and Sean May, and who shall not be named. And you're talking about Wayne Ellington,
Hey, he did it
Ty,
to himself,
Ty
man. He didn't do
Lawson,
this.
You talk about a Ty Lawson and a Hansborough, and we got that type of formula. So, I mean, it seems like we have some of the pieces, but what are we lacking? What did you say we were lacking for you to get that deep Carolina turning run that we're used to having?
Like I said, I think all the pieces are there. When you think about it from a standpoint, like you said, having a point guard, of course, being able to, go with the growing pains and flow of Cadeau.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
obviously, we know what he's capable of, and we know exactly where and how he's going to produce, in February and March.
Right.
So, like I said, just realizing that he's supposed to be in high school. It's his
Right.
first year, but he
Yes.
has a lot of support. That's the thing about the Carolina family. Everybody's been in that jersey. Everybody
Right.
can tell you how it feels. And those are the best people that you want to be learning from. Of course, having Marcus Page there in his ear as well. But yeah, to me, man, listen, RJ Davis.
RJ Davis. So
RJ
there you
Davis
go.
is definitely it's looking like it's his team, to be
It is
honest.
definitely his team. It's
Yeah, and
definitely his team.
there's nothing wrong with that. He's a senior. He's been there 4 years. He understands everything there is about Carolina basketball, and
Yes.
like Mondo, they embody that. So it's definitely not a bad thing saying that it is RJ's team, and
No, absolutely
yeah,
not.
definitely not. But like I said, I think they have everything they need to make a tournament run. I mean, even last night, I know people are, sometimes overly critical of Hubert Davis and his coaching because, we're used to a certain style, two bigs in the post, things of that nature.
The
We
times
have
have
been getting
changed.
yeah, and we have been getting out rebounded, the last few games. But like just last night, just watching the sets they were running, just watching the X's and O's and watching them execute, getting wide open shots,
Yeah,
against a great defensive team, in Oklahoma, they pride themselves on defense. So the fact that
absolutely.
they were getting those open looks, because they were running those sets,
So there's
it
there's
says a
another
lot.
thing. So
It says a
okay.
lot.
So to a couple of things that you said, Elliot Cadeau going through the ups and downs or whatever, and I'm willing to speak for all Carolina fans who are who are definitely willing to stick with Cadeau. I mean, because you see what's gonna happen. You see who he's gonna be. So you got to. I think first episode I was like, we might want to starting him.
Yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
mean, like he does things on the court somebody else can't do. So
Mhm.
to that, yeah, we're gonna stick it out for sure. Let him go through his growing pains.
Mhm.
And by the time the tournament comes, maybe he'll be like super super ready. But he definitely helps us a lot out there. Um, Hubert Davis, I would say, it looks like he's getting more and more comfortable. When you say, like
Yeah.
last year, I feel like you said with the six, I feel like we was like running just one thing, like besides of course our break and stuff like that, but like just one set. It was like the only set that they knew or something. It was really weird. Like I only see one thing,
Yeah.
but now I'm starting to see him like call plays for the right people at the right time.
Yeah.
So, when it's RJ time, it's RJ time. Cormac's hot. Let's get him an open look in the corner or have him
Mhm.
coming curling off some screens. Like he's running a lot of different stuff. He's trying, okay, Baycott needs a touch. Let's run one where we can get him on a reverse block. Like, so he looks like he's just getting more and more comfortable out there. I mean, like some of the things that I seen him do, even something. The difference with Roy Williams would stick it out with people for too long sometimes. Um, like Hubert is making quick adjustments. Okay, we got Baycott. Okay, we got RJ. Okay, Harrison's playing good. All right.
Yep.
Now, what else is going on? Okay, Cormac's playing good. Okay, Woj, let's see what Withers give you a chance. Okay,
Yeah.
Self Tremble get all right.
Yeah.
Okay, it's time to start it. Like he's making changes. He's trying to fix stuff quickly. 1-2 games, he's seeing stuff and making those changes. So I like that as well. What we're lacking to me, we're too small at the guards, of course. On defense, we get career night every. Like somebody's having the game of their life every game.
Yeah.
Like the defense, I mean, it's not lack of effort. Like we're communicating a lot more. We're just too small. It's just like the wings are too big out there. We're too small at the guard, and we get taken advantage of. A little too many open threes too. We giving up. So defense wise, and then we just need more consistency out of a couple people, especially off of that bench. Now that Cadeau's in the starting lineup, who's coming off the bench and doing anything for us? We gotta get Cormac to hitting those shots more consistently. I like everything Cormac's doing on the floor, but he has to knock down shots as well. One thing, even in the last game though, with Cormac, you can notice that like he's not just a shooter though, and if he's off, he's still making positive plays on the floor. He's gonna try to get it some other way for us and help us win. So we're fine with that. You just got to knock down some shots. And who on the bench do you think can start making an impact? Since Cadeau's in the starting lineup
now. Well, we touched on it, in the side conversation, but yeah, you think about ever since Cadeau came in this summer, him being on the second team, practicing with that second unit, pretty sure making that second unit look totally
better.
different, by being able to set the table for everybody. And less than a month into the season, he's starting now. So,
right.
you think about building all that chemistry, having that bond, and then most of the time, when he subs out, then those guys are in the game. So, I think it's gonna definitely take some more adjusting. This still is a new team.
Yeah.
Like we literally played, a month and a half, basketball, and it's still a new team. So they're learning everything on the fly. But to me, it's definitely Jalen Washington. I definitely think that obviously, he has the chops, to be the next man up, when Baycott, leaves at the end of the year. But yeah, like I said, I think Jalen Washington, man, and I think just, having him in the game, with the right pieces, would definitely unlock his game a lot more. But like you were saying earlier, it's still early in the season. We're still finding out these matchups, these lineups, and we were doing this on the fly against, 6 ranked teams in a row, So, we've seen everything, every defense, every coverage, every offensive set, So, like I said, I definitely think Jalen Washington and Withers are definitely going to be the keys coming in that 4 and 5 spot. Just being able to rebound, play help side defense, block some shots, and just go out there and play that game and be aggressive, man. That's pretty much all you can really ask for. Just go out there like you want it, grab every rebound, just like Zayden Howe did last night. Like he came in and, he provided, a good 10, 11 minutes of him.
Zayden Howe's just pure energy out there.
Exactly.
He's not quite ready for the college game yet, as far as being effective, maybe scoring, but as far as effort out there, he can come steal you a few minutes, of course. And Jalen Washington, yes, I think what we're gonna have to do is, even though Cadeau's starting, he comes out earlier. He usually comes out the game first. You even put in Withers or Self Tremble, so get him some more. So when you bring in Washington, give him some more minutes with Cadeau, which can probably help him, get a few more easy shots. He'll get some minutes with Baycott, get him easy shots, get some minutes with Cadeau, give some easy shots. So, it's not that I've given up on Washington. He's been through a lot of injuries and stuff like that, and coming back and doing everything like that. But I don't think he is going to live up to what we want him to live up to right now, coming off the bench. because I just don't know. I don't think, he's gonna be inconsistent. He's gonna have a good game. He's gonna have, especially with the minutes that he's playing. So I don't think he's gonna be one of those guys like Isaiah Hicks that's gonna come in and make sure we get a solid, 10 every time, rebound, some, rim protection every single time, or Marvin Williams did for us and people like that. I don't think that's gonna happen. So I'm looking more to Seth Trimble because he's looking a lot more comfortable out there. He plays defense. That's what he's going to be out there doing regardless. He's going to help us in that, right? But he's hitting shots.
Yeah.
He's been working on that shot, and he's hitting spot shots, which if you can do that, then you can stay on the court more. Absolutely. And then he can drive and elevate. So in a fast break, he's making good decisions with the ball. He's being a really good backup point guard or backup wing when we need him to come in. He's been giving us some good energy for real. But hitting the shots is key. I mean, if he hits shots, then hey,
the point of basketball,
you can stay out there. Like that was the only knock really. Where's he go? He's finding ways to score. So that's always good. Maybe he can elevate just a little bit more for us. Hopefully, Jalen Washington does as well. But I mean, Wojcik's been missing. Just missing. Gone from a starter to not, he's not, really playing that much. And then Withers, we're gonna need a little bit more out of him, just rim protection, some defense, and get some buckets. He'll take that three, but he won't. He ain't hitting it. He's not hitting it.
Yeah.
The drive looks suspect a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, man. You gotta remember, man. I look at, like these are still kids at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
So when I kind of think of it like the Lakers, like when you go to the Lakers, it's all eyes on you.
Absolutely.
If you are not playing up to what the standard of what people think you're gonna play, that you should be playing to, it's gonna be kind of tough, man. And that stuff, takes a toll, on these kids, as we've seen recently, unfortunately. But yeah, man, like I said, I think it just comes with more experience, them playing more, being on the court more. And to be honest, you think about Jalen Washington, like I don't even think he's averaging, 10 minutes a game.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I think a lot of it is just, them having the opportunity to be out there, but also being effective in those minutes and keeping the main thing when they're out there.
Yeah. And you just got to find, I mean, you think Hubert would be not playing them if he wasn't, he's just missing a few things. He just got to come out there and like be more assertive, when he's out there.
Yeah.
So, he'll have all of the minutes he won't if he come out there and do what we know he can do. Hitting that open three will definitely get him minutes, playing defense, being in the right spots, and then you should be able to post a couple people too. Get a couple buckets down there. So, he's super talented though. We definitely can use 10 points out of him. But Harrison Ingram, let's talk about the game. So we come back out with, of course, Cadeau starting with RJ, Ingram, Baycott. So, did Cadeau start?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. And Ryan. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ryan, RJ, Harrison.
Yeah. So Cadeau, some of the mistakes he was making last game just looked like he was being too loose with the ball. Like he just looked like he didn't look as locked in or something. I don't understand. If that's just his look, some players always just look like that, just look kind of cool all the time. But the passes just didn't even look crisp. It looked like, I don't know if that was just a little bit more freshman jitters coming out, like kind of been a little bit too much in the game or something. I don't know what that was, but like I said, he'll be fine, of course.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just freshman woes, man. We all know, being an NFL quarterback, being a point guard in North Carolina, like those are like the premier positions, the engines, to, everything that you do.
Right.
So, with him being a freshman coming in, um, just learning the system, learning Carolina basketball, it's going to be some growing pains. I mean, obviously we've seen, what he's done so far. And, for the most part, everybody's good with everything that's been going on, minus a few plays. But it's basketball, man. People turn the ball over. You don't always make the right play, but you learn from it. You move on to the next play, and
Absolutely.
come out and just learn from it and watch the film and get better. I mean, that's all you can. That's pretty much what you're gonna do your whole life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the game of basketball.
He just looked a little out of it a little bit, like mentally during that game for some reason or another. He just was like a little bit looser with the ball than I seen him as far as passing. You know, he just looked a little shaken up a little bit as far as those things, but he'll be fine. He still played well. You know, do you think that turnover at the end of the game before is like making him a little bit more like cautious? It's throwing him off a little bit. He seemed really upset at the end, when he made that mistake. More upset than even like anybody else was.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Right. I think what what I do like about Cadeau, like when he does make those mistakes, is he owns up to it. Like you said, he's upset with himself because he expects better from himself in those situations. And like I said, with him being a young player, and him having the coaching staff, his teammates, more importantly, Marcus Page there to be like, hey man, listen, like it happens. Like I've done the exact same thing. I've been in those same shoes, a freshman point guard coming in. At that time, Marcus Page was, resurrecting Carolina basketball. So it's just like, like I said, I think he just has the right support around him, and he's that type of player where, like he wants to be great.
Right.
And, and him just being 19 years old, just gonna come, like he's gonna go to the bench, he's gonna be angry at himself.
And
like
I definitely like to see that
it.
for sure. Just like we were talking about with like the pride, even that the transfers have came in with. I feel like he holds that same type of standard. Like I think he understands the responsibility and understands that also you got like a RJ Davis on the floor. They're giving you the ball in crunch time situations to make the right play, which he has done. He's made some great passes in some of these games. They put the ball in his hands. Time running down in the halves, like they put the ball in his hands. Yep. So I think he understands that. He wears that burden, like so. He definitely took it hard. I just don't know. I just hope that's not what was kind of throwing him off a little bit, because I don't think anybody is worried about that with Elliott. We know who he's going to be. So he still played well, though. And speaking of Marcus Page, we talked about, RJ Davis is giving me Marcus Page vibes like heavy this year. Yeah. Like bailing us out when it's time, like we need a bucket.
Yeah.
Somehow.
We know that
he's making stuff happen. Like he's drilling three. Like he is drilling threes. Like drilling.
Yeah, for sure.
He's getting to the cup. His stop on the dime midi is crazy. Like, but he's been giving me Marcus Page vibes as far as like, damn, we need something to happen right now. He just come out of the sky and hit something for us. Like, so what the last 4 or 5 games over 20 something. Like he had 23 last game. I think it was over 25. No, he had. Let's see here.
Yeah, I think it was.
He had 23. I think it was over 20, 25. Like before that, the last like 3 games or something like that.
Yeah, like 5.
That's crazy. I mean, he's been going crazy. I mean, 5 of 9 from 3.
He pretty much had the same stats every game. He made the same amount of field goals. Had the same amount of attempts. I think it was 8 for 17 in 4 games in a row. So
His buckets when you need them too. It's not just like random, but some buckets don't hold a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
for
like
sure.
even in the first half, it's like timely buckets are
Yeah,
like we needed this.
yeah,
Like he's there. So when you said that it's his team, like I think it's pretty clear now. I don't think anybody really has any argument with that, including Baycott. And
yeah,
we can talk about Baycott a little bit. Now, one thing about Baycott last year, I feel like we had like if Baycott wasn't scoring for us, like we were in for
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I don't think that's the case so much this year.
yeah,
He has had very low scoring games and 2 point halves and stuff, but we're not in trouble
yeah,
when this happens. What do you make of that this year? Like, I know we're gonna need him to be a double double guy
yeah, yeah.
when it really counts. But what do you make of that difference from this year to last year? Like, if Baycott's not scoring, we're still fine.
Yeah, it's a different team, different personnel. He's on the court with shooters. Of course, we would like to see him, be a lot stronger with the ball when he gets double teamed and, be able to make those passes out of the double team. But like you said, like last year, it was just a different team. Like we needed him to get that 18 and 12 that he was
Yeah,
averaging. And now this year, we have, what you call, players that fit Hubert's system, more like the 4 out, 1 in, and he's still averaging 15 and 11. So, and I think that by him taking a few points, it's kind of like Gilbert Arenas said one time before. It's just like you take some of those points away, and it kind of gives everybody else a chance to learn the system, find
yeah,
their role, and
yeah.
like he can come in and pick up whenever,
As he
like I
did
said.
last game,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, as he did last game. But like I said, he's still averaging 15 and 11.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
still giving us double doubles. Of course, it looks different because, like I said, teams are.
doubling.
I mean, they're doubling them as soon as
Yeah,
like Calipari. I
yeah,
mean, that first half was crazy. Like
yeah,
every time he caught the ball, it was an immediate double. Took him out of the flow of the game. And as basketball players, you know how that is. The flow of the game is everything. So, yeah, like I said, no worries about Baycott. He's still going to give us a double double. Like I said, he's getting 15 and 11. Like I said, I just want to see him stronger. On the double team and making the right pass out of the double team. Like I said, but other than that, man, like I said, I'm enjoying the team, man. Like they're beating the teams that they're supposed to beat.
absolutely.
Like no matter the ranking, like
We
these
couldn't beat we
teams,
couldn't beat a good team last year. We could not beat any
yeah,
good teams last year.
or a
So
team that we were supposed to beat.
we're like 3-2 on the ranked teams right now. And those other games we definitely could have and should have won as
Yeah.
well. Like so
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
okay, so we talked about so Baycott now. I feel like we do got to get him the ball a little bit more in the first half, just a little bit. And I
Yeah.
feel like he does have to take the double team and punish the double team. We got shooters out there now. You got RJ, Cormac, Harrison's been knocking down his shots.
Mm-hmm.
So like you got shooters out there now. Let's punish the double team with cutters. Cormac cuts good as well.
Mm-hmm.
Ingram's super strong. Let's punish the double team. We can play through him if he can make the right passes. Know the double team's coming. Turn, look, make the pass. Punish them. But 2 points and 1 shot attempt and 2 shot attempts in the first half. We got to do a little bit better than that. Even on a break or something, some way to get him the ball. Like
most definitely.
That's kind of crazy. But let's talk a little bit about Harrison and how he's been playing. I mean, I talked about it at the beginning on the first podcast. When I seen the live action, he wasn't aggressive. I didn't get to see much out of him. So I was wondering what kind of player he's going to be. And I am very pleasantly surprised. He's everything that they said and more because I didn't know he was going to be such a leader. He's really one of the leaders, it seems like, as far as the team. He's always talking to teammates. He does everything for us. Like he does everything to fill in the spots. He's a real glue guy. Like he gets rebounds. He plays some defense. He's knocking down some threes. It seemed like we were playing through him the last few games in the crunch time in the post, like playing straight through him. So he's been playing great. What are your notes on him?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we talked about it earlier, man. I said Harrison, he gonna give us a good 12 a game.
You said it.
I was like, he give us a good 12 a game, we good money, man.
Yeah.
And then, he's averaging 14. And like I said, he's averaging, maybe probably 5 or 6 rebounds.
Yeah.
Like you said, he's everywhere on defense, guarding the four,
Yeah.
um, active hands in the passing lane. Like
Absolutely.
you said, he's doing everything for us, man. And that's the
Yeah.
type of players that you need on those championship style rosters. You
Yes,
need
and we get him
somebody to
for
be
another
able.
year too. He's
Yes.
one of the pieces you need. So there's we got the point guard, the center, in the wing that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Between him and Cormac, I mean, they fill their spot.
Yeah.
So it's just a little bit more off the bench and shoring up that defense a little bit, and we'll be right there. Like, so yeah, I love the way he's been playing. And Cormac, we talked about as well. But
But no, let's still talk about Harrison though. Like
yeah,
we
let's
got to
talk
give him
about
some
him.
more love, man. Because
Give
like I said,
Harrison all the love because
like
he's doing a whole lot.
Yeah, he brings the energy, man. That's always been like one of my things. Over the past few years, Carolina basketball is, just that emotion and that passion.
Yeah.
About just making a play with that jersey on, and you just got the crowd behind you, and you just, like we were missing those things.
We were.
And like for him, once again, him and Cormac Ryan, transfers, and of course Harrison, who was recruited by Carolina out of high school, went to Stanford, and then obviously ended up at Carolina. Like I said, like he understands like what it means to put this jersey on. So so much so that he wasn't wearing the jersey. He chose not to wear the jersey. and now
he
wearing the jersey.
He wasn't ready for the jersey yet.
so that's what I'm saying, man. Like I gotta give a major shout out to Harrison Ingram, man. Like having him on this team, just made it look totally different, man. Giving us
totally different,
a presence of, having a wing player that can defend, make shots, make plays, be tough and still bring that energy too, man. I like seeing the boys hype out there, man. The same way we hype at the game, like we're watching the game at home, like we up flexing and doing that too, man. So
for real,
so I love to see that.
That's a fact. No, that's a fact. So we probably just need a little bit more off the bench. Harrison's been great though, man. Like and it's been building. You just seen him get comfortable in this role. That a lot of transfers sometimes don't, like we seen. Dad, what's your nah, not him. Right?
It's tough, man. Like I said, it's like the Lakers, man. We seen Hall of Fame players go to the Lakers and then not pan out. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a tough environment, man. We're talking about the best of the best of the best.
You seen what's your you got like okay, so Brady Manning comes in and just meshes the whole team together, right?
Yep.
We seen that. What's your boy who came in just after Manning just did that was playing off for
Pete Nance.
Huh?
Pete Nance.
Pete Nance, right? So Pete Nance was like right there, like it was like we see where we want you to be, like for us, but it just didn't all the way fit in. Pause.
Yeah.
Like it didn't all the way, you know what I'm saying, meshed the correct way. He had up and down games, but Harrison and Cormac, like, they just fit, better. Like they know exactly what they needed to be, and they fit perfectly.
Yeah.
So they made our team a whole lot better chemistry wise, even if it's not talent wise. Chemistry wise pushes us up a little bit more, so I love that those guys. We got those glue guys that I like so much, like your Theo Pisses and the guys that do that type of stuff for you. So we needed that for sure. Now we was watching the game now, and first half, it was just kind of a little up and down. We was making little Carolina mistakes here and there. but we weren't scared though. Those guys, they compete. Like they don't
Yep.
really like get too rattled. Like
Yep.
we make runs. We make good runs and then just do something stupid like
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. That's college basketball, man. Like I said, these are kids at the end of the day. Like these aren't professionals. The guys that pay millions of dollars, that they get paid millions of dollars to play. They're in a whole other league.
Thanks.
Like they're grown men. They got families to take care of. It's a whole different world. Like, watching a college basketball game, you're going to see that. I mean, obviously, you don't want to see that a lot, and you don't want to
Yeah.
see it with your team, but it happens. And even though they did have those mistakes, they were definitely locking up on defense.
Yeah, they
So,
were
like,
playing
if
some
you're,
defense.
so like you start off, shooting, you know, over, from three, missing open looks. They got it back on defense. They got in trend. They got out in transition. They were able to get easy buckets. They were able to get to the free throw line.
And
So
we were getting good shots in the beginning, just weren't knocking them down. Cormac
yep.
was missing his shot.
Yep.
It just wasn't knocking the shots down. And then what happens? RJ, like, because
Flamethrower.
RJ, like, when you need him to get a bucket, he gets a bucket.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, it's been
that's
4
what
years of
kind of
that.
kept us in it because Baycott wasn't really getting touches. So that's what kind of kept us in it. It was just RJ knocking down shots when we needed them. Like you said, we were locking up on defense. And then in the second half, it was just more RJ when you needed him. Like he
for
was
sure.
just going crazy. And
Yeah.
then you had the role players doing things that they needed to do, like the energy.
Mhm.
Like Cormac wasn't hitting at first, but he knocked down one, I think, one key one. Harrison knocked down a key one for us. Seth Trimble knocked down a key shot for us. And then RJ was just there, and Baycott picked up too. We started, feeding him, and he was barreling in there, getting people in foul trouble.
Yeah, and that's something too that I noticed, man. I think like we talk about it being RJ Davis' team and being a more perimeter oriented team because they are running a 4-out 1-in.
Yeah,
like and Carolina basketball is inside out. Like with the 4-out 1-in, it's going to be more. We gonna pause this. more out than in. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the offensive flow. So like you said, like Baycott not getting a lot of touches because you got the help side defense, you got the defense, on the other side of the lane, waiting to collapse, waiting to box out, get the rebound. You have another guy on the wing that's hedging down, or somebody, coming from the, opposite corner to double. Like I said, just it may be sometimes where, it's just better to have the ball on the perimeter and then, get those guys into the flow of the game because we know with Baycott, I mean, like as soon if we get him the ball in his spots, it's an automatic bucket. So
sometimes I just feel like we miss. I feel like Cadeau's the only one who consistently hits him on his mark. Like sometimes where he has guys pinned and like can't make the pass there. Like I don't understand.
Me either.
Like so easy, some more easy points we leaving on the table. I don't understand why they can't get on the ball there. But yeah. So Baycott started picking it up, and then guys was making timely shots in the second half. We went on a run, super run, and we took over, man. It's definitely gonna have to be Washington, Withers, and Seth Trimble off the bench though. I need more out of Withers though. Like he ain't even getting his minutes getting took too.
Yeah, but I mean he is averaging about a good, I think like 13 minutes a game. So like I said, he's getting his opportunity.
Played 4 minutes last game.
Yeah, for sure.
He gave Zayden High the minutes. He gave Zayden High 12 minutes.
Yeah.
You better watch it. It's no reason for Zayden. And like Coach Davis says, like Zayden High just make you play him because he gonna be energy. But it's no reason for Zayden High to be beating Withers out for minutes. All Withers got to do is he came in when he first got his shot and was playing with energy, and that's when they put him in the starting lineup. Like so, just you have to play with that energy, get rebounds, be a defensive stopper, block them shots that you've been blocking, and then get you a couple dunks or something. I mean, until that shot start falling.
Yeah, dunk something for sure. We need him to dunk something.
Don't
But
so.
like I said, man, like another transfer, another guy that's still, learning, what it means to be a Tar Heel and going through that process. Coming from another program. So yeah, man, like I said, of course, we want to see more out of Withers. I'm sure, he knows and believes that he can do more himself, and he will, I definitely
He
have
definitely should. I mean,
confidence
the
in him.
energy is
Uh,
all that's missing. Only thing Zay High can beat you in is energy. Like
yeah.
so, the energy when you came in with the energy, you got the minutes. So just keep that energy up. Um, but yeah, Seth Trimble pleasant surprise, knocking down them
Oh
shots.
yeah.
Like he's hitting the
Shout out.
corner threes. Hey man,
Yeah, man. The straight line drives, man. I'm loving it, man.
dog.
He's just being more aggressive.
If we could just put them 3 point guards in a factory and make 1 point guard.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're always missing some when one of
Yeah,
them.
six
That's why
four
he be
point
playing
guard.
all 3 of them sometime at the same time, which is
Yeah.
a small ass lineup. But like if we could get RJ score with Cadeau passing with Seth Trimble defense and athleticism, then you got
Yeah.
yourself one of them ones.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, he definitely probably won't be playing in college either. Like he'll probably
Nah, he would. He
he
wouldn't be
definitely will
playing
not
college.
be enrolling in
That's a straight to the league
any
job.
campus. Yeah, for sure. For sure. But I definitely understand what you're saying, man, about our guards and us running those smaller lineups.
Yeah.
I think the turn for me was really that Florida State game.
Yeah.
We went to the small lineup with the 3 guards and we started pressing, and it just changed the whole trajectory, of the
Even
game.
that
We ran
press,
off
yeah.
22 straight points. I
Yeah.
mean, like, and I
Hooper
remember
making
texting you
calls
during the
out
game
there.
too.
Y'all better pay attention. Hooper is making calls out there.
Yeah,
He's changing rotations. He's
yeah,
changing starters. He's calling plays at the
yeah.
end of halves. Like,
Yep.
hey,
That's
hey,
what I'm saying. It's his third year as being a head coach, man.
yeah,
Let's be real, man. Like being an assistant coach under one of the greatest coaches ever, playing under another one of the greatest coaches ever. Just figuring out his style, the Carolina way, mixing it in with his style, his personnel.
yeah,
It's going to take time, and we all know that being a head coach is more than just rolling the ball out and telling people to run your plays.
facts.
Like you think about substitutions, tendencies in real time. It's a lot easier when you're sitting at home, like you're playing 2K,
Right. How
and
you
like you're in
relate
a
to the
dynasty
players.
mode. Yeah, and like that's cool, and we can have fun with it and stuff like that. But like at the end of the day, you know, like this is what he does. It's going to be some growing pains. We've seen those. And it looks like he learned from them, man. Like I said, we just want to see the. I just want to see the players match his passion that he has. That's what I think. When I think about Harrison and Cormac and even and RJ too. Like he's starting to embody that that just being
Man,
hype out there, and that intensity, Hubert Davis is super chill, but like, his intensity, like when it's time, like when it, like when it's time, like he going crazy out there. So,
absolutely.
like I said, like, his imprint, as far as like who he is, as a person, how he cares about, his players and cares about Carolina basketball. Um, like as a parent to a player, like, I don't think you would have,
Absolutely.
too many qualms. Of course, everybody's not gonna, you can't please everybody. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I said, I think he's done a great job. He's won still what 70% of his games, that
Yeah.
he's won since he's been there.
Went
Uh,
straight
you
to the
know,
ship.
yeah,
Ended
yeah,
your
for
boy.
sure. For sure. You know what I'm saying? So
Did
it's just kind of
something.
like, yeah,
He
yeah.
did
Like
something.
he's gonna like he's in my book, like I'm just gonna give him time, man. I'm just
Hey,
gonna give
he's
him
doing
time to
good.
grow
He's
as a
doing
head
good.
coach. Like I said, I like the direction of the program. He's still Carolina. I like the players that he's bringing in, in the transfer portal. of course, we want that production to match. When we
talk
for the
about
reason that we
players
brought him
coming
in.
Talk about Ian Jackson with Cadeau.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, the dogs.
Ingram.
Yeah, the dogs next year, and we definitely got to do like a recruiting episode for sure. I know.
We definitely are. That's already on the list of things for me to do. I'm gonna try to do more ancillary or auxiliary stuff. I don't know which word makes most sense, but like because right now we're playing the game, so I want to go over the games, but maybe when the season over, I want to do some other things. You know what I'm saying? Talk about some romance and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of this, we'll do this before we sign off here. Hold on real quick. Want to give you this right here. Pause. Let's see here. Wrong way though. All right, so you can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I want your fave 5.
Okay. Favorite 5 Tar Heels.
Favorite. It don't got to be the best. This is your fave 5.
Sure.
Your fave 5. Point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center. This is your squad. Just your fave 5.
Ooh. Go. Okay, we going with the 5. Okay. So point guard, I'm gonna have to do Ty Lawson. I gotta go with Ty Lawson. I gotta go the speed, shot making. I mean, bro was a beast, man. Bro was a beast. Definitely gotta go with Ty Lawson at the 1. At the 2, I gotta go Forte, man. I gotta go Forte. Like,
I'm not mad at you.
Forte was like one of those guys, man. Once again, coming into a program, similar to Marcus Page. We were kind of like in a transition. That was that Guthridge, era before Doherty came in. So yeah, I definitely gotta go Forte at the 2. He was too cold.
Yeah, it was super
cold. I would probably say at the 3. This is gonna be tough because we have a lot of 3/4s. So for a 3, I will say my favorite 3 will probably be. I'll probably have to put Vince Carter.
Absolutely.
At the 3. Vince Carter at the 3. I was thinking maybe he was a 2, but he did play.
He was a 3. He was
a 3. He was a 3 with us. 4, I gotta go with Jameson. Yeah, I mean, straight bucket. like you don't even have to say anything about that. Jameson was definitely one of those ones.
Yeah.
And then center. I mean, of course, you got to go Psycho. You got to go Psycho too, dog. Yeah. So like I said, position wise, those are my 5. Tar Heels.
Yeah.
5 fave Tar Heels right there.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
You said Ty Lawson at the 1.
At the 1.
Joseph Forte. Vince Carter. Antoine Jameson. Bucket. And Psycho T. Tyler Hansbrough. Boy, that's
Hey, that's a lot of ACC Player of the Year right there.
That was like a best 5 too. That was man, that is crazy.
Yeah, most definitely. But one thing, one thing I want to do, man, before we sign off, man, definitely want to, give my condolences to the Montrose family, for the passing of what they call Big Grits. Big E had so many names, man, and I remember. I mean, obviously it was a few days ago, but seeing that notification on my phone and put my phone face down like I didn't see it. And the first thing I thought about, man, is just like growing up playing basketball, in the backyard. I used to play basketball with my older cousin.
Yeah.
And obviously he was always beating me. He was bigger, stronger, and it would be certain points in the game where I would be like, okay, I'm going Montrose. Like that was the thing. Like I'm going Montrose. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I'm gonna
about to
come
go
back. I'm about to get these buckets. And you know what I'm saying? So that was just kind of like our thing, man. You know, like I don't know if it was a thing where he just kind of like started to let me win. You
Yeah,
know, once he mentioned the Montrose, I'm pretty sure he didn't because you know he wanted
gotta
to
go
annihilate.
Montrose on it.
Yeah.
Hey,
But yeah,
hey,
like I said,
that's a
just
good
being
one.
able to just having that as a like as an adjective, you know, something to describe,
That's
you know,
crazy.
just like moss. You know what I'm saying? Like just let
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
get mossed.
I'm
You know what
going
I'm saying?
Montrose. I've never.
I'm
Yeah,
going
that's.
Montrose. Yeah, because it's like he
But
just
that's like our generation's first center that we got to see was probably that's the first one I can remember is
mhm.
well, yeah, he was
Montrose, Sir
before
Swicker.
Swicker. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
before
yeah,
Swicker. So
yeah,
those are the first ones I remember. It's Montrose, Zwicker. So yeah, that's where Carolina started with our generation. So
yeah.
double
Most
zero.
definitely. Yeah. So like I said, it was definitely sad to see that, man. Like I said, especially with him, you know, being a legend, you know, in Chapel Hill, and you know, and then just like I said, that personal connection, you know, I had with with you know, saying his name like Kobe, you know, like being
Go
one of those too,
Montrose.
man. So like, yeah, like I said, just wanted to give my condolences and you know prayers out to the family and you know Montrose family and the Carolina family, man. You know, we all one. We all know these things are tough when it happens. So it was definitely good to see the boys come out there last night. You know, and play with that Carolina pride, man. You know, whether they were, um, you know, saying that they were playing for Montrose. Of course, they had the shooting jerseys on.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
before the game. So, like I said, it was great to see them come out. But yeah, definitely sad to see you know, Eric Montross.
Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned that because I definitely almost left that out. So, um, man, yeah. So we got DRock's first appearance here. It's gonna
Yeah,
be
yeah.
many more.
Oh yeah.
You know, this is one of the guys I go way back with. And one of the reasons why I even started the podcast, he stayed on me about doing the podcast. So he's gonna be a host of sorts when especially when we get up here like this. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
have De'Aaron on because I mean he's been a fan forever like me, and I know he knows the game, and I know he's watching. We're always talking
Yeah.
about it, so
Yeah,
we're gonna
man.
get up here and talk about it, man.
Yeah,
So
man. That's what it's all about, man. It's all about Carolina basketball.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? Like it's all about just coming up here, man, and just showing love to the school. You know what I'm saying? The players. You know, of course, there's times you know we want them to be better. We want them to be these things, but just like I said, I don't want to make my appearance up here or on any media, you know, where I will put anything negative about, you know, a kid, man. Like, you know, I'm a
yeah,
grown
yeah,
man. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
So like as far as over the past few years, I've been very mindful of how you know, I talk about the game specifically in public places.
Right,
Because once again, like these are kids at the end of the day. So you know,
exactly.
I take a
People be
step back
saying some
away from
crazy
it.
stuff, man.
Yeah, man. And that's crazy because if somebody said something like that to your kid, you know, like it'll be totally different. So, you know, like I said, you know, it's been a great episode. You know, I just enjoyed everything that you've done so far. You know, the other two podcasts, and you know, I'm looking forward to it, man. Like I said, we got a long
Absolutely.
season. You know, we got a long history of Carolina basketball. You
Yeah,
know,
we
we
got
got
a
a
lot of
long
stuff to
history
talk
of
about.
rocking with each other. So
Absolutely.
so
We got a lot of
it's
stuff to
definitely going
talk
up.
about. So I'm definitely gonna have you up here a lot more. Have some other people up here as well.
Yeah.
But I definitely want you up here as a co-host a lot more, man. This was good.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Carolina Blue Podcast.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
and DRock signing off, man. And we'll see y'all again next time.
Peace, peace. Go
Like
Hills.
and subscribe. My Carolina Blue Pie on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, so you won't miss the next live.
Follow and subscribe. Yeah.
Hello.